G'day everybody, and welcome back to another one of Flo Sam's Corner's Fun Fiestas. I don't know, just trying to break the ice, get the ball moving, you know, start the video off. Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at the DJI Mini 2. This little guy. Now, he's all folded up at the moment. So this is the neat little travel sort of size that it is, and here's the remote. Now the legs fold away underneath, just in there, so that you don't have anything to catch on top, so when you slide it in your bag it's not going to be busting the gimbals. This is the revised remote from the first one. It's got longer video transmission and connectivity, as well as a much nicer gimbal set and feel. It also feels a lot nicer in your hands too. It's not as difficult to hold as the initial one was. Comes with all the available adjustments on here, like this little wheel here. This allows you to pivot the camera up and down, and a little bit up, sorry, it goes like 35 degrees up or something like that, and then full 90 degrees down, so you can fly directly over the top of things and have a bird's eye look, or look up and see where you're actually traveling. It's got a record button on the back right here, and then a couple of little FN buttons, function buttons that allow you to do different things. They are customizable. I think one is just rotate camera, the other one can't remember. And then you've got the return to base button, power button, and then a selectable switch to go between the three different modes: cinema, normal, and sport. Cinema is basically just nice and docile. Sport is balls to the wall, fucking full blown. No limits, I guess you'd say, no limits on the machine. It just goes as hard as it can, and it's as snappy and as responsive as it can be. And then normal mode is halfway between each. I find that normal mode is more than adequate enough to fly around on most of the time. You only need to go to sport mode if you've got severe wind, or looking to make the most of the responsiveness, and you need to follow some, a subject that's a little bit more twitchy. It's ultra lightweight. The drone only weighs 249 grams as it is. Now that fits in with a lot of legalities and things all over the world, with drones needing to be basically under a certain weight of 250 grams for you to be able to fly it without extra rules being put on top of it. The sort of mandates that real aircraft fly under. So this is still a toy basically, but it's one hell of a toy, because it comes with 4K video capabilities. Does 4K 30p, 24p, does 2.7K at 60p, 60 FPS or P, whichever you like to call it, and then at 50, 25, 24, 30, and then the same with 1080 does that full range as well. You don't get slow-mo, you don't get 120 FPS or P on this model, but 60p is more than enough at 2.7K. Video quality difference between the 4K and 2.7K, very minimal. You need a really decent screen to be able to see the pixelation differences, and then even then it's difficult. What else we got? It's 31-minute flight time, or claimed 31-minute flight time. Personally, I've never set a stopwatch and gone for it. 30 odd minutes in the air is a significant amount of time, and if you're just doing the one flight, it kind of gets a little bit boring. Basically, there's only so much you can see, and there's never any topless ladies to look at, so there's only so much flying around you can do before you want to back it up. But that flight time, I think, is a better indicator of how much you can use the drone over the course of a day. If you're going to use it for getting the shot, then it's more a case of putting it up, getting the shot, and then packing it away. So you might only be up in the air for 5 to 10 minutes, and that gives you sort of 3 stunts at that throughout the day, depending on your location. It's level 5 wind resistance, so basically you can put up with some pretty gusty winds and difficult sort of environmental conditions. I've never tried flying it in the rain or anything like that. The most amount of wind I've probably flown it in is like, I don't really know, to be honest. I haven't really paid much attention to that, but gusts that would normally sort of blow you around a bit, and it's just it's a little harder to get home sometimes when the wind's pushing away and you have to fly into it to come home. And yeah, sports mode is definitely needed then to get the full tilt on the axis and get it winding up to full speed. It's got a 10 kilometer video transmission via the remote and the OcuSync 2, I think it's called, transmission system. This is the, if I can get it out, this is the, I plugged it. There we go. This is the aerial and phone mount on top here. And you just slide your phone in like that. And yeah, this little cable that comes neatly organized inside here, you just fold around and plug into your phone, and basically that's how it gets the connection between the remote and your phone. And then you just run the DJI Flight app, which is very well put together, very nice and smooth. As long as you do the updates and things to it, I mean, it seems to be flawless. It's got intelligent mode and quick shot capability, so it can do like panoramic views and flyaway views and sort of like different types of shooting and aerial photography maneuvers that would normally be quite difficult to learn built into it. So you can pretty much just select your target, press the quick modes that you're required to do the shot with, and it'll fly around, fly back, fly up, do all the shooting maneuvers for you. Just got to make sure you get the space around you. So that's unfortunately why I haven't given it a real good go, because where I've been flying it out the front of my house and stuff, there's just not enough room to do a maneuver without worrying about it flying into something. It doesn't come with the sensors that the better models, the bigger models I should say, do. It has two little sensors there on the bottom to navigate for height for when it's doing its landings and takeoffs and stuff. But it doesn't have any on the front or on top or on the sides and things like that to navigate around objects and basically things that you're going to run into. You will run into it with this. And basically that covers the general makeup and feature sets of this machine. I didn't buy the Fly More pack that comes with extra blades and batteries and things like that. I just got the standalone starter pack, which is just the remote, the drone, the battery. I had to put a micro SD card in there. It just slots in the back here. Just a little micro SD. I think I've got 128 gigs of V30 storage capabilities. So more than enough to handle what this drone can pull down and save. And none of my footage has been buffeted or skippy or anything like that, so that's really good. One thing I did add is I'd put little Velcro ties onto the blade sets, so that when I fold it all up and slide it in my bag, it's not going to catch, because how these come out of the box, just like this, they kind of flop around all over the place, and you don't want to jam it in the bag and have, you know, a rotor catch and snap off. But with that said, fold the front legs out first and the back legs. That gives you a better look. And you just got a little gimbal cover here. There's the gimbal. A little tiny camera on there that can handle up to 4K. And yeah, it's got a Type-C charge jack on the back of it. Also you can download, it's also got Wi-Fi capabilities too, so that you can wirelessly connect your phone or computers and stuff to it and download directly to them, which is a handy little feature to have built in, so that you can do your downloads pretty much anywhere on the move. What I have noticed is it does save previews basically on your phone and stuff when you do recordings and things, which is like a a 720p, I think, version of the, say, the 4K or whatever, full format version. So you can always go back and check your previews to check your logs and stuff like that and see where you're up to. But with that aside, how about we go give it a fly? We'll just take it out the front, and yeah, we'll have a bit of a fly around, see what you think. Get some quality video of my neighbourhood and all the fantastic stuff that happens around here. There's never anything exciting happens around here. All right, well, let's take it outside. Okay, here's what we're going to need to be able to use it. We got the remote, smartphone, and the drone. Battery is included in the back, and so is the SD card. So we just okay. So we just fold out front legs first, and we fold out the back legs, and then press the button on the bottom, this button here, twice. Hold it down. Okay, so the drone is on. With the remote, much the same sort of thing. Press this button, press it down twice. Remote turns on. Remove the cable. Okay, back here we've got this cable. Put the smartphone in. Put the smartphone the right way in the device might help. Make sure the smartphone is unlocked. Plug it in. It plugs in the back there. Open the DJI app. Wants to do an update, so do the update and it'll handle the update in the background. Now we might need the thumbsticks. There we are. Alright, then we hit go fly. And there we've got video transmission of the drone. And up here in the corner, see it says our altitude zone is 150 meters. That's because we've got air traffic. And basically, once we set it down, where we're going to take off from. And then on the app itself, we've got this little button here. It says, do you want to take off? Press and hold this. There's a little drone doing a little bit of a pirouette there for us. Alright. And we go about. Hang on, just realising there we go, put it on video mode on camera. So on the camera here we've got, I'll just get it to focus, there we go. So we press this little button here and it brings out photo mode, video mode, quick shots or panoramic view, as well as A, B, I don't know what that is, and time shot, so the timer. We want to go for video mode. And just down here in the right hand corner we've got 4K 30 set to, and yeah, let's press record. Now it is recording and we'll go for a bit of a fly. So we're just flying the drone around, watching this car, watching him drive off. Let's have a look at the sky, beautiful day. As you can see, the auto function for the focus and aperture and everything works quite well. Plenty of beautiful homes around my area. You just follow the streets. Local park. No little kitties there today. So just come back around to my street. And the drone is just super stable. It stays in position while I walk away and just leave it there. Grab a lighter, light my smoke back up, and return to filming. There we go, we'll follow this car. Oh, very close to driving into that tree there. Almost had my first accident. This house is being built, it's coming in nicely. Just have a look below us. Remarkable how quickly houses come together these days. Alright, that'll about do us for a test flight. Just showing you the quality of the camera and the capabilities of the drone. Unfortunately, we're not able to show you any of the quick function, quick shot maneuvers because I just don't have the space without it flying into something, as it doesn't have the sensors to properly support itself for those kinds of maneuvers without doing damage to itself. The buttons for this, right? One other feature that we've got here is the zoom. Just got a nice friendly, like 4x zoom, I think, on 4K, which allows you just to get that bit extra distance on your subject. And that's how a drone goes about flying. Hit stop recording on the app, and now we've landed peacefully. Okay, so that is DJI Mini 2.
New toy?
Yeah, it is.
Good on you.
Thanks, mate. some of the neighbours taking notice. So that's the DJI Mini 2 and how it goes about flying. Right. So that is the DJI Mini 2 and how it goes about flying up around my neighbourhood just with the regular smartphone, the remote that comes included, DJI Mini, and an SD card which I had to provide, which has to be high enough quality to record in 4K and not buffer or stutter or anything like that. Whereas a V30 SD or micro SD is more, micro SD is the size, sorry, but V30 is more than enough capabilities for the amount of bit rate that this takes down at, which I'm not entirely sure how much exactly is. But yeah, this is just my little drone, and hopefully I'll be able to get out and do some sweet sightseeing with this. Love to get over my city and basically do a bit of a night fly around the river city, and yeah, see what can be shown off. I have tried night flying it in my local area here. There is not enough general lights to be able to really see anything. In fact, you pretty much have to plot how many posts you followed from, and like the light posts, and then follow your way back. I had to use a torch flipped upside down on the ground just so I could project like a landing area, which I used one of the cul-de-sacs just around the corner from me to basically as a landing zone, so I had enough sized area to provide a safe landing zone. Anyway, that's about all there is today, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it makes you want to buy one and you can join the drone community and get out there and get flying. Take it easy guys, and I'll see you all next time.